friends and neighbors. This is your old pal Slab Hi Ho Jackson saying, you ain't living, not even a smidgen, if you ain't surf fishing. So let me tell you something. The last couple of weeks have been pretty rough, pretty rough. I couldn't wait to get started, so on April 1st, I was at Little Neck Bay. Well, take a look at the footage. All right, it's Little Neck Bay. It's April 1st. It's a beautiful day. It's just a little bit before high tide. I checked the water temperature out. It was about 44 degrees. You could see there's a couple of kayak guys out there doing some fishing. And I was using some swimming plugs. I was also using some soft baits. I even used a little bucktail. Speaking of bucktail, the fella I ran into ties some great bucktail. Say hello to Nick. All right, we're down here April 1st at Little Neck Bay, and this gentleman right here is Nick. Say hello, Nick.
Hello.
All right, you come down here a bit?
Yes.
All right, tell us what you find when you come down here.
Hopefully fish.
How you make it out today?
It's not so good.
Yeah, I've been here about, 40 minutes now and haven't gotten a nibble yet.
Right. Well, hopefully soon we can get a nibble, that's for sure.
Absolutely. So you're going to go work down at the end of the bay here now, back in the mud there for a little while?
That's true.
All righty.
Absolutely.
So I wish you best of luck, Nick.
Thank you.
All right, you take care.
Thanks,
All right, when I came back from Little Neck Bay, I went over to Leeds Pond and tried my luck, and I'll tell you about that. But first, a word from our sponsor, H&H Fishing Tackle. H&H Fishing Tackle. When you're thinking of professional surf fishing, you're thinking of H&H. The exclusive manufacturers of the slapstick surf rod. Nothing, and I mean nothing, catches fish like a slapstick. The fish whistle. Bring the fish to you because they can hear it and you can't. And the exclusive patent-pending new walk-on-the-water waders. The fish are never out of reach when you have your walk-on-water waders. Yes, folks, the casting drone. This beauty will run your bait or lure 100, 200, 300 yards out. It'll drop it in the ocean. It'll fly back automatically while you bring in the big ones. And you can see everything out there with the eye-in-the-sky technology by H&H Fishing Tackle. Hey, this is the latest thing now from H&H Fishing Tackle, and it's a prototype. It's going to take a couple of years to get out there, but it is wonderful. It's called the Beachcomber, but it works just like the transporter on the Star Trek. Well, take a look at this thing right here. I mean, all you have to do is just dial in where you want to go. Let's say to the IGFA. You want to go look at the museum. You dial it in. Next thing you know, bingo, you're transported right there. Or maybe you want to go to the Bass Pro Shops. You need a couple of things. All the Bass Pro Shops are going to be in on this. It's going to be great. Now, here, you can go right to the Pompano Beach fishing piers, and in 2 seconds, you're right there. But let me tell you, a lot of the engineers like to go to this beach resort. Isn't it beautiful out there? It really is. And this is the real GPS coordinates that they have written into the program right now. And what they're telling me is when I'm ready, turn it to full power and jump right in. Oh, man, let me tell you something. I couldn't believe it when it happened. I mean, I was scared to death, I got to tell you. I was figuring maybe an arm was going to come out of my head or something by the time I got on the other side. Something was going to malfunction. God knows what was going to happen to me, But instantaneously, I felt the sand. I felt the heat of the sun. The air smelled right, and then I started to take a senses of my body parts. Is everything working okay? Is everything? I had no trouble. I just walked down to the water. I'm telling you, I had no adverse effect whatsoever. I was scared to death, but after a while, I realized this stuff works. I don't know where they got this technology, and man, what a leap. This is going to transform all sorts of transportation of goods, people, the whole 9 yards. There's not going to be any more oil, dependency in this world. Holy smokes. Maybe that Area 51, they did find stuff, and, well, they finally found out how to use some of it, if you ask me. But anyhow, this thing is going to be great. Can you imagine, right from the comfort of your own home, you can go fishing where you want. If it's wintertime where you live, you go down someplace where it's nice and sunny. And when you're done, you just come on back, and with your telephone, you just call up, and it instantaneously opens up and sucks you back in. The next thing you know, you're home. Now, I'm asking the engineers, how does this thing work? I mean, is it like the transporter? No. They said, it doesn't actually break down the atoms or the molecules in your body. It actually takes a gulp of atmosphere. You, your gear, the air around you, it takes a gulp of it, and it instantaneously sends it to another location at the speed of light. It's just incredible. For me, it was instantaneous. I didn't feel anything. I was more scared than anything else. God knows. I didn't know why those guys didn't want to go with me. No, go. They told me go. I'm scared to death to go, but it was great. There was nothing wrong. I was out there. You can see the people are around me. I couldn't believe what was going on. But anyhow, you just come on back, you grab your gear, you make that telephone call, and the next thing you know, you're back at your home without any problem, and in time for dinner. You don't even have your wife or your girlfriend manage you. I'm telling you, this is going to change everything in the world. Everything. H&H Fishing Tackle, because when you're thinking of professional surf fishing, you're thinking of H&H. All right, those H&H fishing people, man, they're just outrageous. I can't wait for that stuff to get on the market in just a couple of years. So let me tell you, I get over to Little Neck Bay, as I told you, April 1st. There's nothing happening, and on the same day, I ran over to Leeds Pond, couldn't get a hit there either. So what happened is on 4-3, I go back to Leeds Pond, but this time I'm going to outsmart him. I'm going to bring some sandworms. But let me tell you, no matter what happened, survey says... That's right, Skunkola. Nothing. So on 4-6, I go to Crab Meadow. I'm using lures. Not a hit. On 4-11, I go back to Crab Meadow. This time I got worms in my pocket. What happens? Skunk again. Oh, man, nothing's happening right for me. On Sunday, 4-13, I go to Leeds Pond. What happens? You said it. Skunk. So I haven't caught anything. I don't know what's going on. But I can tell you this. It's the 18th right now. It's Good Friday. I'm hoping to wrap up this show. And let me tell you, I think it's happening right now. And that I should get out there and find myself some place to fish. And if that doesn't happen, find another place. So I can't wait to get started. And I'll see you out on the beach. And say hello. I'll get you on the show. I was born high on a dune, not a high tide full moon. There ain't no denying that when the fish are frying, I'm high hook. Where the land meets the sea, that's where I'll be.